like it normally is on the first day back. How have the lads been today?
Well, we've had a bit of sunshine, but it's like the whole summer really. It's just one thing after another, isn't it? The weather, unfortunately, it's unpredictable. A bit like Leeds United, really, isn't it?
I mean, obviously the first day back. How important is this, to set yourself up for the summer?
Well, it is. I think if you have a good pre-season, it stands you in good stead for the rest of the year. So I like the lads to do well, and most of my teams are pretty fit. So I stick with what I'm used to over the last couple of years, anyhow. And they've done well today, really well.
What have you been sort of doing with them today, first day back?
Just a bit of everything. It's hard work. There's no, you can't take a tablet to get fit nowadays. It's you've just got to put the hard work in, and they've worked hard through the summer. You can see that.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely key, isn't it? The players come back in some sort of good shape, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah, and and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the attitude that they've had in the summer, and bring some of the new players in as well. We're hoping, there's quite a few more to come in. I hope. But we've not been able to get over the line with them all, at the moment.
Obviously, you've got some players that are still on the transfer list that are back, and some players, obviously, the new signings and things. So it's a bit of a strange mix, I guess. At the moment.
It is. It's probably as strange as I've had, really. And I said to them all, whether you're on the transfer list or you're a young player or a new player, you've got to train hard in pre-season. You do it for yourself. You want to be in the team wherever you are, and that's what we're doing.
Couple of players back, Michael Brown, AD White. Michael Brown, Neil, is there going to be a deal?
Yeah, I mean, I've offered him a contract for a year, so I'll have a chat with him. I haven't had time at the moment, and same with AD. I don't know what's happened with AD, since he turned the offer down.
Obviously, you want Michael Brown to stay. Be the same with AD White?
Yeah, I think the players that we've offered contracts to, we want them all to stay. Yeah.
So is there a time frame on that, I guess, talking to them this
No,
week?
I mean, AD's offers have already expired, so we'll just be talking to him and see if he's just keeping himself. I've not had a chance to speak to him, in fairness, to either of them. There's been too much else to do.
And obviously you've got, like always in pre-season, quite a few sort of unknown faces, a few trialists and things just taking on.
Yeah, you're always going to get trialists. There's one or two being offered me, and one or two I've said, come and have a couple of weeks with us, really. So we'll be having a look at those, and no doubt, we'll be mentioning them as we go along.
Obviously, your hunt for signings continues. Paddy Kenny, though, you have managed to secure. It's not been the greatest kept secret, this, Neil, in football.
Well, I don't think you can keep any secrets at Leeds United. I've already found that out. Somebody knows everything. So it's it's one of those things. We work very hard. It's taken a while to get it over the line. I'm delighted. I think it's the most important signing that I'll make while I'm at Leeds United, if I'm honest, because I rate him that highly, and I think. I think the fans will see why.
I was going to ask you that, Neil. Was in the summer when you were drawing up your list, was he one of the names at the top?
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be able to get him, if I'm honest. I mean, there's no way I would have let him go if I'd have been in their position. I wouldn't have swapped him for anybody on their books that they've got now, let alone before. So I just think he's a great keeper. I think he's one of the best in the country, mate, not just in the Championship.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, he performed so great in the Premier League, didn't he, with QPR last year?
Yeah. So we are delighted, and I suppose the pull of coming back up north. He knows what kind of club Leeds is. All his family's from up this way as well. So I think he's looking forward to the challenge now.
And you must have a great working relationship with him now.
Yeah, we've had his moments, but yeah, I think you do with everybody. But I think we respect each other, and that's why, he's always been the main man that I've wanted to try and sign, and I've had to sort of put others on hold at times so I can concentrate on getting this one over the line, and that's what we've done. But great to secure him at last.
Closing in on any other signings now?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, we've got a number where we've made offers and all sorts of things, and we're trying to do one or two deals, and I'd like to think we could bring in another 4 or 5 players in the next couple of weeks. Ideally, I'd love them before we go to Cornwall, but as always, it's not easy with everything that's going on at the club, really.
Looking a bit further up the pitch, I mean, also you've made some additions, in the defensive ranks, but are you looking, on attacking wise now, for some attacking players?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking all over the place. We've signed, you've seen the players that we've signed, but there's still areas. I think every area I'm looking to bring other players in. So, as soon as I'll move on to my next main target now, and I'll see if I can secure him in the next few days and so forth, until hopefully I've got my squad before we kick off.
Yeah, I know I've asked you this before, Neil. I know it's not particularly your place, I guess, to comment on it, but as far as the investment is concerned and the speculation there, I mean, have you had any more positive noises this week from the club about things moving on?
Well, I think we're all under the same boat. We all know what's what's behind the scenes. I think the club's made a statement on that, and if everything goes according to plan, I'm sure that there'll be news in that front coming up. But personally, you just have to keep going. You have to get on with what you've got. It's not been an easy summer by all means. It's but these things happen in football. They seem to follow me around. Takeovers.
As far as the next week is concerned, now just ahead of this first game against Fars, is it just plenty of running really on the training pitch now?
No, we do everything. I mean, they so look after themselves now, players. You don't just run them now. I mean, they've had a ball today. All right, they've done some running as well. But I think it's just a matter of they're coming back, and then you have a look who needs a little bit more than one or two need a little bit more after the summer, and so forth. But it's not. I mean, although we play the first game, we're really training for a few weeks now. The games are irrelevant to me. The games are like a training session at the end. At the end of the day, we'll be training most games that we play pre-season. We'll also be training on the day. So it's all a matter now of getting ready. I'd like to think that we're in some sort of a condition, the right condition for the Shrewsbury game, and then ticking on towards Wolves.
I just want to ask you as well about players potentially leaving. Adam Clayton's obviously gone to Huddersfield. I imagine that's giving you some money in the pot as well to that.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Adam. I think Adam, I think he's got the contract that he wanted really, and for all fairness to Huddersfield, I think they've given him a really good contract, and I couldn't guarantee him, the position that he wanted really, because I got one or two irons in the fire in the midfield area. So sometimes you have to forfeit players that you probably wouldn't do in other circumstances. But at the time, I felt that we needed some extra revenue to bring the players in that I wanted to bring in.
And obviously the speculation about other players leaving. Ross McCormack is being linked with moves away. I mean, have there been any more offers on the table?
Yeah, we've got a number of offers for Ross. And inquiries for a couple of players, but as and when we've got anything to tell you, then we will tell you. But it's got to be right for the club as well.
And what about the future of Andy Lonergan, Neil? Obviously, the arrival of Paddy Kenny. Does that mean you'd be willing to listen to offers for him as well?
Well, I think we've already spoken to a club. I think we've had an offer from another Championship club for him already. Not what we feel acceptable, and then we'll just have to see. I'm going to see Andy later on today as well. So I'll know more in the next few days on that.